Now, another team that's in the red, Caps United. Yesterday, the proprietor of the team, Farai Jere, had a long address to the press. And one of the things that we picked from there, Jere stating that, look, we can't really blame the losses and all that, especially the latest one at Highlanders to anything. But he believes that the team is jinxed. Highlanders. Let's hear what he went to say.
It's just unlucky. Look at all those chances we got. You round off the goalkeeper at Baba Fields and you failed to put the ball away in an empty net. Mbolo, the chances you got, hitting the post and even the ball being cleared on the line. So these are things which I was telling them that no, you guys, don't look at yourself and say we are failures. Even the greatest teams, the 2004 team, during the time of Charles and Claudi, they failed to break the Baba Fields jinx. You play very well, but it's written somewhere that Cape United cannot win at Baba Fields, even though we played beautiful. The only person who won at Baba Fields, I think we also need to check your records, in more than 30 years, is Mike Harrison in 2015. That's when he won 1-0, which was scored by Makatuka during that time, that day, in the first half, and then we went on to win that match. All along, if you look at all these greatest Cape United teams which you think of, which you played, they failed to win at Baba Fields. So this is what I was telling my boys, but they played very well. They played like true champions. We still have got a very big chance to win this year's league championship. This is what I was telling my boys. And the time is now. We have turned the corner. They just have to go to their next fixture and win. Same as against the Platinum. So this.
So from the issues to do with jinx and all that, I'm sure the last show we had their supporters even crying, saying bad things about the coach, Lloyd Chitembwe, what is he still doing there and all that. And the proprietor of the team had to address that. Lloyd Chitembwe's contract is expiring this year. And this is what Farai Jere said.
No, Lloyd Chitembwe is not going anywhere. His achievements are there. So we need that experience. His achievements are there. We once took that route. All of you know about it. Whom did I not bring at Cape United to coach me? Some of the coaches who are in the Premier League today, I brought them at Cape United and the result was a disaster. We all know that. I brought in Moses Chunga, I brought in Taurai Mangwiro, I brought in Masomere, I brought in Darlington Dodo. Name them. I brought in Joko Jongwe was here at some point. It kept him here. So we have walked that road and we know the result. Even when Lloyd left us and went to Harare City, some of these fans, they don't even know. Some fans came demonstrating to my office that bring back Lloyd Chitembwe, because when he left, he was on top of the log in 2019. So I know all these things. I'm quite experienced. I don't use emotions. As a leader, you don't need to use emotion. You need to use rational. And also statistics, figures, they don't lie. And in football, it's known about...
Yeah, so that's Lloyd. That's the issue on Lloyd Chitembwe from Farai Jere. He's not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think even if you were to listen to the full-length interview, he even says his 3-year contract, I think, expires at the end of this season, but I'm going to give him another 3-year contract. And I don't know, maybe it's leaving another... This is a parallel situation to what we're seeing at Dynamos, where that delusion comes in. Yes, he gave you guys success in 2016, and yes, you know, he's been more successful than the other coaches that are there, but you know what? The coaches that he has worked with are not the only coaches that are available. And sometimes you also have to look at I understand maybe the loyalty that he has to Chitembwe, but 4 defeats in 6 matches, I think that's a disappointing start. Yes, some of the matches were tough. I think they had 3 matches on the road, I think. And they're not necessarily the most ideal situation. I think the Highlanders jinx stuff is absolute nonsense. And coming from a person that I respect as Jerry, I think he can do better and should be saying better. I think, if anything, there should be some kind of accountability. Yes, Lloyd might be a good coach. Yes, he's brought success. Yes, he's performed better than the other coaches. But right now, he's not performing. And I don't know whether then Lloyd Chitembwe can be motivated to do anything drastic to fix the situation if he's hearing the club proprietor saying, you know what, I'm giving him a 3-year contract. He's not going anywhere. I think Would you buy that?
But don't you think the proprietor of the club, Vero, don't you think he knows better what he wants with this project?
Yeah, I think the two understand each other way more than we do, because you never know what the targets that they set for themselves for the season. So maybe Jerry, he sees that there are chances that obviously Chitembwe is going to meet the targets that he set for him. That is, if there are targets at all. Because I believe that this issue of saying he's not going anywhere, it makes him relax. He doesn't have any pressure to deliver it all because he knows that he's there. He's not going anywhere. Let's look at Chicken Inn. They've been with Antipas for so long. But remember, just recently, they gave him an ultimatum. Why? Because they need results. You have been here, yes. We acknowledge, we appreciate what you have done for us. But you also need to deliver. But when the proprietor says he's not going anywhere, his contract is lapsing and I'm going to extend with another 3 years, who would want to deliver pakadaro? Ndinongo relax and because I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. If you don't give me a deadline, I would say, nasa ndisikubuda kunotsvaga story nditori bo ndozotsvaga mangwana. But is it how things are supposed to be happening, especially at a big club, where the fans
I need my stories anyway. I need my stories.